Hello, this is Arsene Wenger and you are listening to Highbury and Heels.
Hi and welcome to the 10th episode of Highbury and Heels. Today I'm joined by the amazing H&H girls, Amanda and Sophie. Unfortunately, we're missing Sophia, but we will have a few words from her a little bit later. Hi ladies, how's it going?
Yo, yo, yo. Oh, I wanted to do yo, 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 but hiya.
How are you?
America, you know the yo, yo, yo is copyright Sophie Nicolau 2018, 17, 16. Very Princess Guna yo, yo, yo. Carry on. How's Seema? How are you, darling?
I'm amazing. We've had an amazing football week, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been bad. Oh, my God, yes.
I know. Before we get into Wembley final, we are going to the final. Let's talk a little bit quickly about the Crystal Palace game, which was Saturday, 4-1 win. We had an absolutely amazing 23 minutes of football, I think. Second half was not as strong, but we saw Nacho, Iobi, Koscielny, Lacazette finally all score goals. We had a much more stable defense. Nenny parked in front of the back four. Chaka and Jack dominating possession, flow in our attack. It was so beautiful. What did you guys think?
Oh, it was amazing. As I said in the WhatsApp group, I felt like I was on a different planet. Seriously? 4 goals in 23 minutes. Bang, 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 as they say. And all without Alexis. And do you know what? As you know, I'm sure we'll talk about it later, but you know, he's gone. We need to move on. I think the team had a point to prove. I think they came out and they showed what they're made of. And maybe, maybe the poison, unfortunately that badness has gone from the team. I would never say that. I thank Alexis for 3.5 years of what he's given us. I'm not one of those that criticises. So, yeah, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it was.
I felt that the team played liberated football. They were just delicious and delightful. It was vintage champagne Arsenal. It was almost like throwing it back to the Bergkamp Henry days. It had been a long time since we'd seen that kind of football, and we needed to know who we were without Alexis. And I know it's only 2 games. And we shouldn't get too excited, and we'll talk about the Carabao Cup in a minute. But, to respond that way, and these are men, right? And they've been a sideshow to the Alexis show. And the way they responded and played together as a team, as a group, the spirit in which they celebrated the goals, I thought it was absolutely tremendous, because if we'd have come out and lost that game to Palace after just selling Alexis to United, oh my God, the darts would have been
oh my God,
and we would have been killed.
Yeah, but you know what? It's okay to be excited. We were excited, and that gave us confidence, and that gave the whole team confidence as well. And that confidence, you saw what happened against Chelsea at the Carabao Cup. We won 2-1. Okay, you can say lucky, but it was still a win. And before we continue, let's hear a few words from Sophia.
Hey girls, so I know we've joked about the Carabao Cup, but I'm genuinely over the moon that we've made the final and that we'll be going for a trophy at Tottenham's home ground, no taboo. I thought Nacho was absolutely superb. I love the fact that no matter what job he's asked to do, he just gets on with it. I remember when he was thrown in at the deep end and had to play at centre-back. He struggled at first, but I think that stint at central defence has improved him as a defender. Yeah, it was a lucky goal, but he was the first one to react, and if Chelsea want to score our goals for us, then go. I said, fine, that's fine by me. I love Nacho's celebrations as well. He just loves scoring, and the fact that he just keeps doing it is just fantastic. He was man of the match for me. I have to give a shout out to Xhaka too, even though he's not been great this season, and I really expected more. You know what? He scored the winner, so I can't really cuss him. And I just think it's great that we seem to have got Chelsea's number again. I think for years we used to have their number, and then it got a bit dodge and they kept beating us. But how many times have they beaten us in the last how many games? I don't think it's been often. Still can't believe we've made the final, and I think City are going to be so hard to beat. But you know what? It's a cup and anything can happen. I remember when we played Man U and they absolutely battered us, but we still won. So as long as we win, I don't give a toss. I just want to win that trophy. And it's one that Arsenal's never won. And we haven't won the Carling League Cup for years. And one more thing I just want to say to you ladies. What did she wear?
So, as Sophia said, we had an amazing performance from different players. Nacho Monreal has been amazing throughout the Crystal Palace game and Carabao Cup. And honestly, like, this guy is just so underrated. What do you guys think was different? Like, what changed in these 2 games for him to actually, not for him, sorry, for the whole team to actually have these performances?
Well, we just literally just talked about maybe the Alexis factor gone, but I think there's something really critical about the way we approach our cup games and why we can't play so consistently in the Premier League the way we have done in the FA Cup and now the League Cup. This is our, 4th final in 5 years. And Wenger never really gets the best of the top 5, 6 managers in the league. But he hasn't had the best of the Chelsea managers over the last few years, has he, girls? But he has definitely got Conte's number in these cup games. Our most glorious moment this year was the FA Cup final. And now look at this. It's kind of weird because we played City in the semi-final and beat them to get to the FA Cup final and beat Chelsea. And now we find ourselves in a position where we beat Chelsea in the semi-final and we're going to play Manchester City in the semi-final. We've all ripped Wenger to pieces, but credit to him. He found a way to galvanize the team. He made adjustments at half-time. And Amanda, I think that, there's one guy that, we've lost a guy to Manchester United, and there's one guy that we all love and adore. And I know you and Sophia are arguing over who's going to marry him, but there's one guy that really can't leave, can he?
Oh, no. And I'm sure the listeners will not be surprised when I say who it is. Mr. Mesut Ozil. Honestly, we cannot afford to lose him. I don't want to lose him. And Sophia's not here, and I'll say what I'm going to say. He's mine. She can just back off. Back off, girl. Since day one, I love Sophia not being here. Since day one, I have rooted for that boy. I've rooted for people to see what he brings to this club, and now it's all coming. Everyone can see the football he's playing. I mean, that pass to Iwobi, anyone else would have had a brilliant footballing goal and another assist for him. I just feel that, how can I put this? He's sublime.
Yes.
And he runs that team. Okay, they're always looking for him, and I'm loving the quotes that are coming out from players as well. And they do feel unified now, and perhaps Ozil's going to get a new lease of life.
You know what, Amanda? What about his back pass? What about his back passes, even in the Palace game?
Oh my God,
that was amazing.
I wasn't going to mention that.
Why?
Because we've gone off Palace, but I'm just telling you, right? Honestly, I've watched that so many times. Ozil, Jack, Ozil, Lacazette. The back. It's football porn. That's what I call football porn. And Jack, honestly, just beautiful, and that's what I want to see. And we will continue to see it if the bloody clubs sign him up.
Yeah, you know what?
Can we just sorry, Seema,
go
I
ahead.
know that you were going to go to a point here, but seeing as we mentioned Jack, can we just say that his resurgence is incredible?
And it really is.
The fact that he has dug deep. We've talked about this, but he has dug very, very deep and found his way back into this team. And to have a player that loves the club and that wants to play for this club, and everyone's calling for him to be Captain Jack, right? I think it has been like having a new player. You talk about going into the January transfer market and buying players and all sorts. And I feel like with him, it feels like we've signed a new player this season, and he's a player that's been at the club for years and years and years.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's not just that. It's not just that he's been playing amazingly, but even his maturity level seems different. I was watching a few times where he actually clashed with someone. Usually you would see him stand up to him and start yelling at them, but even his maturity levels have changed. I can actually finally see him as a captain. Before, I used to always be a little bit skeptical. I felt like people were very emotionally attached to the fact that Jack has been at Arsenal for so long that he needs to be captain. But now I actually feel like maybe, I don't know if it's the fact that he's doing all these the badges, and I don't know if that's helping him, but I feel he is actually a changed man. Maybe the fact he's married, I don't know. He's growing up.
The Greek girl.
Yeah.
You're Greek. Oh my God. Yeah, it may have been. He might have matured a little bit. I'm all up for Captain Jack. I've said it for weeks and weeks and weeks. He should be our next captain. We should build the team around him and Ozil. That's what I want. But do you know what? There's another one that is resurging in our team. Mr. Nacho Monreal.
Yeah.
I mean, where's he come from? Seriously, and I have to be honest.
Where's he come from? He's been there forever.
When I was on the other podcast about 3-4 years ago, I moaned about him, I would say every other week, right? And when he started to play better, I had to hold my hands up and say I was wrong. And boy, was I wrong. This boy just plays football. And I loved Wenger's quotes, actually. He says, he talks football, he eats football, he doesn't talk social media, he goes home, comes back and starts training again. No one sees him in quotes and doing stuff. No one sees him. He just plays football.
Yeah, he's a footballer. He's a baller. He's the kind of player that you can play, I feel like, maybe not up front, but he can play. And what I love about him, and, what Sophia was saying in her message too, is the passion he brings, the love that you feel from him too when he's playing the game. And I really do think that he's happy at Arsenal when he likes playing. And when he's not playing, I just don't feel we're as strong at the back. It's all well and good trying to plug Holding and Chambers in when, Koscielny, Mustafi or Monreal aren't fit. But it just shows you that even in those dodgy moments that Mustafi and Koscielny might have, the way they can support each other and dovetail each other at the back, and the way Monreal kind of is the Band-Aid that puts it all together, is really indicative, I think, of how critical he is to the rest of our season. He has to stay fit.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what? Thing is, we keep talking about Ozil and we keep talking about people who are more in the attacking. But the thing is, I think we don't realize when he wasn't there, we lacked not just the defensive side, but also the leadership side of him. And I kind of wonder, can we actually win without Nacho Monreal?
No, I don't think that we're as strong at the back. I don't know about what you think, Amanda, but I don't think we're as strong at the back without him. I think he's become as important, if not more important, than Mustafi and Koscielny. Is that an over-exaggeration?
No, I don't think so. Because I think of, like you mentioned earlier, his passion and also his leadership. And I read recently, also Wenger had, I think it was in his press conference, he said Nacho Monreal is a leader, and this is one of the biggest things that he actually brings as well.
Okay, so if we have all our players fit, and we've got, can Mkhitaryan play, or is he cup-tied?
No, he's cup-tied.
Bummer, right?
He's a bit of a bummer. Okay. But you know what? Because of what we did last night, we're going back to Wembley, all right? Girls, do you think we can beat City?
Oh, I hope so. I'm going to be there, so I really hope so.
Do you want to know my opinion on this?
Yes.
No, of course not.
Well, do you know what? Fucking tough, because I'm giving it.
Oh,
do you know what? I dropped the F-bomb. I'm in that sort of mood tonight. I think, you know what I'm like? We need a bit of a rub of the green. We need a bit of luck.
Yeah.
We need to press high. We need to go at them. They are the only team that do not park the bloody bus. We beat them last year. I know they weren't worse. They were worse last year and we were better, and now they're better and we're slightly worse. But look at our form. I know it's only 2 matches. I'm not getting excited, but this will breed momentum. Winning will breed it. And we're coming into February now. So do you know what? I'm sticking my hand up here. I did say we'd win last night.
Head or hand?
I've got no idea what I'm even saying.
You're too excited.
I need one of my Paul martinis. I'm sticking my neck out here. That's it. Oh, I get there at the end. I'm sticking my neck out here, and this is what I'm going to say. We will beat City.
I like it, Amanda. I like the confidence. Listen, it's the only cup Wenger hasn't won. Now, last year we said it would have been perfect for him to walk into the sunset with the FA Cup under his arms, right? But how about that for a fairy tale? To win the one you've never won, and then at the end of the season to kind of, duck out. But we know he's going to be at the club until 2019. Listen, I think if we go at them the same way Liverpool did, there's no reason why we can't, give them a really good go. And I think that, tactically, the way we can set up, I think, we're going to have to really pack the midfield, and we're going to have to make sure that that gap that sometimes appears in a lot of games for us between midfield and defence is going to be really critical in this match. So, listen, you and Sophia, who live in London, are not going to make the match. Shut up.
Yes.
I will be at Wembley during her birthday month.
Okay, can I just say something here, right? I'm going to ask the listeners what I should do. If I go to the final, I end up being disowned by my family. Is it worth it or not? My son, it's a very big do in London for my. I'm not going to go into what it is, but trust me, if I don't go, I won't have any family left. I will be shunned for months. So
I think it's worth the risk,
and
because family will always forgive you.
Yeah, exactly. I think everyone's a bit curious now to know what is going on.
Yeah, we want to know what's going on.
It's a family bar mitzvah, and the funny thing is the host of it is an Arsenal season ticket holder. So I've already, the minute we got through last night, I texted his wife and said, "You're going to put a screen up," because I'm either going to be on my phone watching it. I cannot go, and I honestly can't even talk about it. Yes, but the girl in Dubai is going to be in Wembley.
Woohoo!
At least one of us is going to be there.
I'm really, really excited. But what's actually also really exciting right now, and it's really weird. It's the January transfer window, because usually this January transfer window actually feels like a summer transfer window right now. We've been seeing so many players leave. Like we've seen, not that's not the exciting part. We've seen Theo Walcott leave. We've seen Alexis Sanchez leave, and I don't know if there's going to be more. But what's even more exciting is the additions that we've had. So far, we've had Mavropanos. I really hope I said that correctly. Mavropanos. And now we also got Mkhitaryan, which is, honestly, I love Mkhitaryan. I wanted him before he went to United. And we have the possibility of being close to signing Aubameyang and maybe even Evans. I don't know. It really does feel like a summer transfer window. It feels like a huge overhaul at Arsenal. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I would like Amanda to sing what she wrote in the WhatsApp group the other day when the deal finally went through, because she thought what I was saying, and I wake up later than Amanda, and sometimes it's insane how we think so alike on some of these posts and stuff like that. So Amanda, just because you might not be going to Wembley and you should be punished for that, I think you should sing what you wrote. After 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fun, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey, do not ever ask me to sing again. That is not scripted.
I think we need to do it every week now.
I've got the worst voice on the planet, honestly.
I love it. I love it. Listen, I got something to ask you guys about Mkhitaryan, because when you think about some of our games, and even yesterday, we love to go side to side a lot, right? And I cannot wait for him to play, because I think Ozil, if this is even possible, is going to be more liberated, because Mkhitaryan's pace and the way he likes to play the game, I think is just going to add a totally different layer. And I, for one, am really excited. I think, he was supposed to come to Arsenal 3 or 4 seasons ago. Yeah. And, I think our style of football, he fits in completely, don't you think?
Yeah.
I just think it's a really exciting time.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he also has a lot to prove. He has a lot to prove, because he was playing under Mourinho, who I don't think gave him, I can't say I don't think. I'm sure he didn't give him a chance. He played, I think he scored 5 goals, or he had 5 assists in 3 games. So that shows his strength, but he was really limited under Mourinho. So I think I'm not going to say under Wenger, but I think Arsenal, he has a lot more to give. And one thing that I actually absolutely loved that Wenger said, because I was a bit worried, because he plays quite similar in terms of position to Ozil. Wenger said, he's a great player, he's a world-class player. We exchanged a world-class player with another world-class player. And if everyone is fit, I'm going to play all my good players. So that made me feel, thank God, because you know how he can be. He can actually bench someone who's amazing, like he did with Lacazette, I think against Liverpool, was it? Was it Liverpool that he benched Lacazette?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
And Alexis is benched against Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
I just think that, if I'm honest, I think that we don't know how Mkhitaryan's going to do. I have to be honest, I was talking about this in the office the other day. His confidence is knocked. Wenger said he's got to look at that. If he comes with a good attitude and brings what he brought from Dortmund, I think he's got a chance. I feel that maybe some players do very well under certain managers. You look at Salah at Chelsea with Mourinho. You wouldn't rate him, would you? Now look at him under Klopp with a club that he's been loved. You know, the fans love him. I'm one of these people, unless it's Messi or Ronaldo, you don't know how anyone's going to play. You can't go on past history. You have to wait until he puts that kit on, crosses that line and kicks the ball, because I'm sorry, you're only as good as your last game.
Yeah, so, Amanda, don't you think, though, that Wenger coming out and saying his confidence is shot, was that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, does that set it up so fans don't expect too much? I'm not sure if that was the right thing to say.
I think it's the right thing to say. I think he's done well there with the fans, because now we're like just as I went, oh, like that. Do you know what I mean? You've got to give him some chance. He doesn't look the most confident in facial wise, does he? He looks a bit sort of like, not scared, but he's not like Alexis standing on a pitch with a selfie. He looks like, to me, quiet, shy and retiring. That's so. We might be
like
wrong.
Ozil.
Maybe he needs to be nurtured and loved. And maybe Wenger has seen what's happened to, say, like Iwobi or Xhaka, and maybe he needs to protect him a little bit. So I personally think it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not sure it was the right thing to say at that point, but I do feel like Seema brings up a great point about the January transfer window, right? So usually we're in turmoil during transfer windows, and I think this is definitely something. This has something to do with Sven Minislat.
Yeah.
He's tapping into his Dortmund connections, the German football connections. We saw that with Mavropanos. Okay.
I love how you say that.
With all that said, and with all the excitement that we have, there is one transfer that is kind of making me sad, because as excited as I am to get Aubameyang, and let's not go into the whole, we still need a defender, we still need a midfielder. I'm kind of crushed that Giroud might be going.
Me too. Me too.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you a question then. It's a case of either Giroud not going and we don't get Uber.
Wow.
What
was that?
Aubameyang or I don't even know how you say it. Honestly,
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang. Shut up, you.
Uber.
You bloody made me sing. Aubameyang. That's it. Or Giroud stays and we don't get him. What's your choice, Seema? What's your choice?
The thing is, it's two different. I have two different opinions. Everyone calls me Giroud's lawyer because I love Giroud. Thing is, for me, if I want to talk about attitude, for me it's Giroud all the way, because you heard what he said in the summer. He had the chance to leave, and he actually decided to stay as a backup, knowing he's going to be a backup, because he felt like his job wasn't done because his heart was still with Arsenal. And I feel like if we have more players like that, that is what will help us in terms of confidence, in terms of leadership, in terms of passion. But if you want to talk skills, I can't. It's not black and white. It's not yes or no. But if you want to talk skills, Aubameyang obviously he's amazing. Aubameyang is amazing. But again, he could no, don't stop me.
Everyone's going to have a go at me for stopping you, but stop waffling and sitting on the fence. You have got one question to answer. Alba. He got Aubameyang, whatever. Or Giroud.
Call him
okay?
P. Call him P. Call him
Oh.
P because he's Pierre.
Pierre. Oh, please just let me call him Pierre. Pierre or Olivia? Olivier.
Olivia.
Right, everyone needs to understand I'm really tired tonight, so I cannot get slaughtered for all this. Seema, you've got 2 seconds or I'm moving to Sophie.
Olivier Giroud.
All right.
Yeah.
Sophie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so attitude-wise, I'm concerned about Aubameyang. GQ Giroud, as I've always called him. My hashtag I've been trying to get trending for 3 years. Hashtag GQ Giroud. Highbury and Heels listeners and girls, please get that trending. I'd like to keep them both, but we can't. What I'm afraid of, Amanda, is that has Wenger lost faith in Lacazette already? He got a goal. He needed a goal against Palace. It was really beautiful combination goal. And what I'm concerned about is getting in Aubameyang. Where does this leave Lacazette? I mean, you can't play all 4 of them.
Yeah.
You can't play Mkhitaryan, Lacazette, Ozil. Who am I missing? And Aubameyang, right? I mean, no, there's 5 of them. So you'd have Ozil, you'd have Mkhitaryan on one flank. You'd have Aubameyang up front, Ozil a little bit behind him, and then who plays on the other flank?
Well,
Okay.
you know what?
See, right, let's shush both of you. Seema, you've answered. Sophie, stop waffling and tell me which one you want.
Wow, you're strict today.
I told you that I want them both if I can have them both. If I'm going to have one, I think Aubameyang represents a much more exciting Arsenal that we haven't seen in a really, really long time. So the thought of him playing up front with Mkhitaryan on the wing, Ozil, as well. And I don't know, is Lacazette going to be the kind of player where he made Henry a striker when he was a flank player? Is he going to do the opposite with Lacazette? Does Wenger have another vision for Lacazette? I don't know, but that's my biggest concern right now is, has he lost faith in him?
You know what?
His concern is you won't even answer the question.
Oh my, she did. She just said Aubameyang. She said Aubameyang. You were not listening, Amanda.
Oh, right, yeah, I'm Aubameyang. There you go.
Okay, you know what? Going back to what you were saying, Sophie. Yes.
Stop this madness, Seema.
Okay, back to what you were saying. Wenger said that if all his good players were fit, he will play them all. But we've heard a lot of ex-players speak out recently, and one of them was Adebayor calling Wenger a liar. So I will... I don't know if you guys watched the interview, but he compared Mourinho to Arsene Wenger, saying Mourinho is an honest man and Wenger lied about him moving. And he said that Arsene Wenger said he moved for money, whereas he actually told him to leave. Personally, I was really annoyed by that because I don't trust Adebayor at all. And I don't believe him, not one bit. I believe that he is not in an ideal place right now in his career. And I feel like he wants the media all over him right now. So he needed that interview. But I'm sure there's some truth to his anger. But at the same time, I feel like it was all staged, considering I've watched old interviews with him and they contradicted everything he was saying right now. I don't know what you guys think.
But Adebayor, I can't call it. I don't know why he would come out now and say it, to be honest. I don't know what benefits him. I think that there's his story, Wenger's story, then the truth, personally.
Yeah. Yeah. There's 2 sides to every story, and then there's the truth. Well said. That's one of my favourite sayings, actually. And I just don't think Adebayor has shown himself to be too trustworthy. I don't know. There's something about it that I just feel like the timing of it is very interesting. And you have a lot of players now coming out, don't you? You have Perez complaining about us selling our best players to our rivals and stuff like that. But the most intriguing ex-player shenanigans that happened was this week, I thought, between Thierry Henry and Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
I mean, it was embarrassing for both of them. I thought, you know?
But you know what? I think it was more embarrassing for Alexis Sanchez because I felt like he said something to try to get to people's emotions And he brought up Thierry Henry, knowing people love Thierry Henry. So he thought maybe if I bring his name up, people will kind of sympathize with me. And then Thierry Henry probably got pissed off, like, no, this is not what I said to you. And it became embarrassing. Honestly, I was reading it in the morning. I was cringing.
There's no way, right, that Alexis Sanchez and Thierry Henry have had lunch somewhere and he's gone, do you think, Thierry, I should leave? And he's gone, yeah, leave. Right. What's happened is he's probably looked at some of the players and he's probably thought to himself, I can't win trophies here. I'm going. That's what Henry did. That's what he did. That's what he did. That's what Perez did. And it just goes on. But when probably some press man has said it to him, he's probably said, I did what Henry did. They have twisted everything. You know, the hilarious part of it is, as Seema said, very embarrassing, okay? You've got two top world-class players having to tweet, having to Facebook, having to Instagram that I didn't say that to Alexis. I would never tell him to leave. And I believe Henry on this, but then
it touched a nerve. It touched a nerve.
It did, because how dare if he did tell him, don't throw him under the bus. Don't come out and say it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's been many players he spoke to. Ozil might have told him to do it. Who knows? Do not throw your fellow professional under the bus. So we've got Thierry doing it, and Alexis going, I'm really sorry you didn't say that. It's like a flipping soap opera.
But his message didn't say that he said that. What he was like, it's exactly as Seema said. He tried to bring Henry into it to make himself be like, yeah, you know, even he left a legend, and here's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like then, obviously, the Arsenal nation just went at Alexis Sanchez. And it happens. You know, you leave a club, you choose to go to a massive rival. Listen, South American players, a lot of them, they dream about playing for Manchester United. It's 3 clubs. It's Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United. And I don't agree with a lot of people. I actually think that once United came in for Alexis, there was no other choice for him. The City thing was done because, you know, it's a totally different dream. City's new money, their new success. Manchester United, whether we like it or not, is one of the most recognised football brands on the planet. And to want to go and play there, you know, I don't know why I feel less angry about him going to United than I did RVP.
Me too.
I don't know why, but that's how I feel. It's you know, it is what it is. It is.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Enough about Alexis. Enough about it. We need to have a bit of a laugh, I think. And it's my segment. It's my favourite. Okay. I'm sorry. Snog, marry, avoid, young ladies. Now, we haven't got Sophia here, so I'm going to go to you, Sophie, first. A little bit to do with, a little bit to do with the Cup in 1992-93 season. Okay.
The last time we won the League Cup.
It is the last time, and I was there for that one.
Okay.
You have a choice today. Kevin Campbell, Anders Limpar, David O'Leary. Sophie.
Oh, good choices. I like it. Very different men from very different backgrounds, all very interesting in their own way. Right, I'll do this as quickly as I can. Now, Kevin Campbell is a very good friend of the show. We love and adore Kevin. And I've interviewed him actually in person. I don't know if he ever remembers, but he came into the studios on the show I was doing in Los Angeles about 4 years ago. And he's top shelf geezer. So I think I want to marry Kevin. Will you marry me, Kevin Campbell? I think I want to snog David O'Leary because it's that accent. I mean, it gets you all the time, doesn't it? And his eyes, you could melt into David O'Leary's eyes. And I think I'm going to avoid Anders Limpar because he reminds me of a dude I went out with when I was 19, and it wasn't a great experience, and he wasn't a great kisser. So I'm sadly for Anders Limpar, I'm going to avoid him. There you have it.
Seema.
Well, I'm going to agree with Sophie and say I would marry Kevin Campbell because he has been so supportive to Highbury Heels, and I love that. I feel like he would support me in my career no matter what I do. But the thing is, I know David O'Leary is an Arsenal legend, but he really reminds me of Louis van Gaal. So I can't.
What?
Yeah, something about the way he looks. I don't know what it is, but he really reminds me of him.
Oh my God, we're going to have to do a side-by-side picture on our Instagram.
Yeah, you'll see it.
David O'Leary and LVG.
I swear you will see it. Once you see it, you're going to be like, oh my God.
Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
So I will snog Limpar.
Yeah. Right, Amanda, what about you, kid?
Oh, well, a little bit different. Okay, so I'm snogging Kevin Campbell because, as Seema said, he has supported us, and me and Casey have a right laugh on Twitter and Facebook, and I love him to pieces, but not enough to marry him because David O'Leary was in the team that won at Anfield in 1989.
And you were there.
There he goes. There he goes.
You were there behind the goal.
Do you know what? I thought I was going to go a whole show without mentioning it, but no. And I interviewed him, didn't I, for the premiere of 89.
Yeah.
He had such a great laugh, and I didn't imagine him to be like that. I've heard different things about him, but my God, we had a great time, and he was so warm and lovely. And I just think that me and him would just sit there and watch the film 89 every night, and it would just be a marriage made in heaven. I could do with one. It's really hard for me to avoid Andy Limpar because he was one of my little heroes in the 80s. So, 90s, sorry, I don't know what year I'm in. But I have to, I've got no choice. There's no way I could ever avoid Kevin Campbell or David O'Leary.
Wow. Well done. Nice. I like the choices. Real nice choices.
Very good choices, weren't they? I'm proud of myself.
It was very tough to pick this week. Now, before Seema gets our predictions for the Swansea game and closes this wonderful show, I just want to say one thing to anyone listening who supports Arsenal. It has been very difficult this season, and it has not been easy being an Arsenal fan over the last few seasons. We all want to do better in the Premier League. We want to win it desperately. We all want to be back in the Champions League. It has been so dark over the last few weeks that for the last two games, and for some reason in the January transfer window so far, even though some other signings haven't been made yet, there might be something a little bit to smile about. And getting to a cup final is always a great thing when you support a football team. Tottenham would kill themselves to go to Wembley as many times as we have in a cup final. I'm talking about a proper cup final, not using it as your home just because your other home is being rebuilt. Most teams would kill to get to as many cup finals as we have had in the last few seasons. Now, granted, it is not what Arsenal Football Club is all about, just winning cups. We want to win the big ones, of course. But let's celebrate the team for getting to the cup final, and we're going to play Manchester City, the best team in England and maybe Europe so far this season. And to be arguing on Twitter and nitpicking, can we just have a day off? Can we just not celebrate that the team has gotten to a final and the fact that we have achieved, something that not many teams do, especially in the last few years? I just had to get that in because I've had some tweets and some people are being really petty. So let's pat the team on the back and give them credit where credit is due. And that's all I have to say.
Yes. I agree 1000%. Thank you, Sophie. That was honestly really, really needed because we should be positive. We have to be positive moving forward. We can't always dwell on the negative. So, predictions. Considering we're being positive right now, are you guys feeling positive for Arsenal against Swansea away on Tuesday? Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I do. Wait, are we home or away on Tuesday?
Away.
Oh, okay. I think we're going to win 5-1.
Ooh.
Oh, shut up, you nutter.
Amanda.
Listen, you said yourself that Sostradamus was back. No, Seamus.
No, that was me.
You can't say the words.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say 5-1. I think we'll win 2-1.
I think we'll win 2-0. I want us to get a clean sheet, and I think we will get a clean sheet, finally.
Can I just say something? I'm not going to go my soapbox like old Sophie in La La Land, but I just want to say something.
Go
Okay, girls, We're going back to Wembley, the home of Tottenham, to win another trophy.
Yes.
That's all I want to say. We're going to win another trophy on Tottenham's home ground. Yes.
Let's hope so. So, we've had a great week. It's been amazing chatting with you guys. I've had a crazy work week, and today's my weekend, so I'm going to go, and I'm going to go celebrate right now. I'm going to celebrate Arsenal, I'm going to celebrate work, and I hope you all have an amazing day. But before we go, quick reminder to follow us on Twitter as Highbury Heels, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as Highbury and Heels. But also, we would really appreciate it if you can rate, share your feedback and comments as well, because that will really help us. We won't keep you any longer, but we will leave you with this.
Always Arsenal!
Hi, my name's Lee Dixon.
Hi, I'm Andrew from Arsblog.
Hello, I'm Matt Lucas.
Hi, I'm Ryan Giggs.
Hi, I'm Gary Lineker.
Hey, I'm Jules Breach.
Hi, I'm Jason Candy.
Hi, I'm Alan Smith, and you're listening to Highbury Heels.
Hey,